Okay, here we are. Last look before it closes down. Earl of Sandwich is closing on the end of July, and they're moving in the new location next to the entrance. So when they say tavern, you think it's like an indoor restaurant, but it's just the outdoor seating here. This is the almost farewell tour in a month. Zatvaraju ovu lokaciju od Earl of Sandwiches jer oni se premešćaju tu na ulaz koji će biti trispratni i 4 razne prostorije. Jedan bar, jedan British bar Carnaby, jedan bar tavern i sit down. To je sve spojeno zajedno. Ok, sada ova voda ne radi pozadi mene. This fountain is not working. I will be going now. We're going to go in a little bit of different direction.
Yes. Super cute.
Usually we're coming out of the plaza and then going toward Earl of Sandwich here. But now I'm going to go, and there's World of Disney. I'm going to go in the opposite direction now. I want to get this statue, these weather vanes, not statues.
Oh, this World of Disney is a fun one. I gotta get this one now.
I wish I could go on it.
Disneyland will close at 8 o'clock for a special. Okay. That's why it's a kind of weird day today.
That time comes, they tell everybody.
Okay, I haven't been here in a while. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, let's see what we got here. Disney 70th. We got the castle, the 70th. And we got this beautiful display here. Our friend here, Mickey. The sun isn't very strong here, but we got Tomorrowland, Space Mountain, we got the carousel from Fantasyland, and we got the jungle from Adventureland. Oh, and the main street with Walt and partner statue. Oh, we got all these cool memes here. We got the Millennium Falcon Star Wars Land, Tatiana's Bayou, Space Mountain. Beautiful baby, movie star.
Thank you.
And the Matterhorn.
What do you need? Sorry, what?
Okay, we got the Matterhorn here. Small World, okay.
Doing the like waiting part. When they all of a sudden started singing, I was like, oh.
Okay, the sun is really strong here, but here's the entrance to Disneyland, and again, I've said this a zillion times before, and a zillion and one times. This always fascinates me as opposed to Disney World, where it's like 4 different parks, 20 hotels, 43 square miles, twice the size of Manhattan, but here, within footsteps, 5 minutes to walk from the entrance. And you can even see where it says the 70th. And the train station, the 70th.
Let me get Mom. Can you see it?
You get tuck here, girls.
Okay, thank you. Okay, just passing through. Ovo je interesantno za mene kako je sve spojeno zajedno u Disney World. Ima 4 parkove, 20 hotela i 43 kvadratne milje, 2 puta veće nego Manhattan. Ali ovde, moja mama, mi smo imali uvek reči oko toga kad kaže zašto moraš da ideš, bila sam 2 puta u Disney World, u 84. i 93. I mama mene kaže i tu oko toga smo imali puno reči, puno smo se, posle smo se pomirili, ali kad ona kaže zašto moraš da ideš u Disney World kad imaš Disneyland ovde, međutim to je jedno od tih stvari da je nesporazum, da ona nije ni znala, ja se ljutim i ona ne zna ništa pričam. Bez komunikacije. We're like my late mom, we had words over that where she would say, well, why do you want to go back? I was in Disney World in, it's been 32 years. that's another story for another time. But I was there in 84 and in 93. And she would say, well, why do you need to go to Disney World when you've got Disneyland here? But again, it was one of those things, just like with the camera, where it was a miscommunication, where I was tripping and getting all upset, and we had words over that, and she didn't even know what it was. She later on said that she didn't know how to process it, because I'm explaining to her Epcot Center and Animal Kingdom, going around the world in Epcot Center, Animal Kingdom, going to Asia and Africa, going to Hollywood Studios, what was then MGM Studios, going to Disneyland, and I'm explaining it to her and trying to explain it to her, and I'm tripping, and she goes, oh, the highway in the sky. It's hard to see where it says Adventureland. It's like the castle, and then the 4 different landmarks of different of the different lands in Disneyland. A little retro nostalgia. Oh, you can see, yeah, you can see from here the train. The train loading right under the Disneyland sign. And then here, California Adventure. And then going that way, downtown Disney, going toward the hotels. It's a complete vacation destination, completo. And these are the 70th banners. The 93 trip to Disney World, I hadn't been there since then. That's another story for another time. But that has a significance to me, which I'll get into, because that was the consolation prize of what was a very, very ugly situation. Where I was thrown out of a particular meeting that I had been going to most of my life. But the old saying that you can't have the blessing without the trauma, where they're both sides of the coin, because 5 months later, when I through a bizarre setup, where I was tricked into being in this meeting anyways, through a bizarre setup, but the good news is that 5 days later, and this is the true story, this has been God's comfort and consolation to me, where after I was thrown out of this meeting, and the man, we'll just call him Harry and Company, he passed away 20 years later. He passed away in 20 years later and 2 days after having been thrown out. So there's some kind of a connection there. But the good news, and to move forward, was that 5 days later, it was a bizarre situation. It was a bizarre termination that I still get some PTSD and flashbacks, but not as much. But 5 days later, I had gotten the notes to be able to start learning in the mail. That was on September 17th, to start learning the notes to my Serbian music. And I had been able to play my first colo. Nothing was happening. I was studying the piano, I was studying the accordion, but my Serbian music I wasn't able to learn until I had gotten, let's just say, terminated, kicked out of the meeting. 5 days later, I had gotten the notes to my Serbian music. And then I I played my first colo 2 weeks after I was kicked out. I'm serious. So it's almost like God's way of saying you can't have one without the other. That it's like you want to go to Disney World, you want to play your Serbian music. Okay, then God had to allow a door to be closed, which was a brutal separation that I cannot even describe to this day, 33 years later, which was a brutal termination and a setup. But it was almost like God's way of saying, that's you want the colo, you want to go to Disney World, that's the price. So over the years, it's kind of like I didn't just get kicked out. God enrolled me in Colo University. I'm serious. This is a true story. Okay, we'll take a pause. We're going to walk through downtown Disney, and we'll be back in a few moments.